Today I got a little surprise for y'all. This is a Lenormand deck I picked up from a place called Artesian Tarot, and they have some really cool decks and some amazing Marseille decks. I picked up a few of those as well, but this one is a Lenormand deck called the New York Lenormand. I've had my eye on it for a while, and it comes in this little nice little bag for it right here. Okay, and it doesn't come in a box, anything like that. But the artist is Robert M. Place. And if you want to copy this deck, the only place I could find it available right now was Artesian Tarot. Now, Tarot Arts may also have it, but right now it's sold out there. And so let's go ahead and just review this Lenormand deck. I've been trying to collect a lot of Lenormand because they're hard to find. You know, Tarot is in abundance, but Lenormand it's one of my most favorite forms to do readings with. Yet it's one of the hardest to find. The card quality is actually pretty nice. The back of the cards are all white. So that's interesting too. So you see that? Just plain white backgrounds. All right, so let's go and run through these cards. So that's the front. The front has a covering on them, but the back of them is just plain, nothing on them. So I don't know. That's different. I thought that the backs would have something on them, but they don't. So it is what it is. Let's just get close into these so we can review them. And the reason why I bought this deck is because it has the whole Rider-Waite with it as well. And what he says that when he created this, the deck is a recreation of the Mystic Cards of Fortune, first published in New York in 1882. It is based on one of the earliest Lenormand Oracle decks, the Hoffman and Kropinstein, published in Berlin in 1854. This version includes a correlation with a Waite-Smith Tarot pip or cork card on each card. Okay. So this one's all about a message coming, right? But also a message of good news and good hope is how I would read that. So that's the one. See, the back is just plain white. The clover. The ship with that. That's interesting. Okay, the tree. Clouds. Wonder why I have the king on there. And there's no booklet either, so you're going to read these like Lenormand and maybe use this card to give you deeper meaning. The Queen of Wands with the snake. I can see that. The coffin. Abundance dies. The bouquet with the Queen of Swords. Interesting pairing. The birds, okay. Child. Box. I don't know if I like the card. I wish the back wasn't just plain white paper. I wish it had like a coating on it because it's going to get really dirty. And I don't know. I don't know. A little disappointed with that. The bear. Okay. And the deck's around $20. So, I mean, dog, loyalty, happy family. Tower. Into smoother waters. Social event, right? The garden. Blindfolded. Movement. The mountain. Another queen. Crossroad. The rats. Interesting. The heart. Page of cups. That's an interesting combination. The ring. New possibility. New love. Commitment, though, or it could be a contract. New desire. Secrets. The book. Family. Generational wealth. Things are hidden within the family, maybe. The letter. Ooh, interesting. The gentleman. The querent. The lady. The querent. Interesting. They both have aces. The King of Swords for the lily. Aged, right? Wisdom. The sun. The moon, that's interesting. 8, walking away, nothing left for you, trying to move on. Get over your sadness. The key, practice brings success, stability, money, fish card, money. See the King of Pentacles. And the anchor, that's an interesting combination. And then, of course, the last is the cross, victory, resurrection. Okay, so that is the deck. That's the deck. So did you like this deck? Is this the deck that you think you would use in your practice or not? Let's see. I didn't want to shuffle them because there's I don't like them. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think the quality is kind of shitty. I'm a little disappointed because the back of these are just they're just plain paper. I mean, why would you create a deck with just plain paper backing? They're gonna get dirty. They're gonna get all screwed up, and so it kind of takes away from this whole thing. It just kind of ruins it for me. Actually, to be honest with you, I am not impressed at all. Will I use them? Yeah, I'll use them. Maybe. I don't know. See something. They shuffle fine. Nothing wrong with that. But let's see. Just a quick overhand. See, the problem with me, right? When I use Lenormand, I always throw the cards face down. I don't want to see them when I'm coming into a 5 line like this, right? And then I use my center card as my theme to kind of kick off my way of reading. So let's go in a little bit tutorial here since the deck reviews. I'm not happy with this deck. But so if I was reading this for a customer and you booked a Lenormand reading with me over at wordwithatwist.com and you wanted to have a 5 line read, what I would do for you, and your question is the middle would then be, okay, so off of this deck, you have loyalty. A friend is going to help you out. A friend's going to really make things happy and better because I'm having a happy family I'm seeing here on this particular deck with the dog. Okay. And then the 18, I do. So a lot of people use Lenormand numbers for the house position, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and so forth. And then if this landed in the 1 position, that means the message is going to be around something with your friend because this is sitting in the position of a 1. So the 18, it's different. I say, okay, this energy has the 1 and the 8, so it's really around something new. And the 8 is, to me, about your willpower, going forward with something, going with the flow, and so forth. And the 9, because when you can do that, it brings abundance, and it'll be a friend or somebody loyal that will help you move through that. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing. Now what we'll do is I read now from left to right, okay, in pairs. And so we'll go like this, flip over clover. Okay, so that means that you'll have some good things happen to you. Now the clover people say means only good luck. I don't go with that because what this card also means is that farmers of the old days would plant seeds and the seeds would grow and they grow clovers. And the cattle could then feed off of this. And because of that, they had a great abundance, the 9. And it became good luck, right? Good prosperity for them. So here you're also seeing what kind of luck is around being alone or being in a job. So maybe you need a little bit of a luck in your job position. You're going to move, see the card here, you're going to move from troubled water into smoother water. So maybe it's just saying something around, again, I don't know the question was, I'm just giving you a tutorial here, right? Just off the cuff. So you're going to have some good things happen to you in the short term around it could be a job or in a position where you're by yourself. You're going to move yourself into smoother, calmer waters, and a friend's going to help you do that. So the isolation or coming out of isolation with the help of a friend to move you into a smoother position. And then some lady will be involved, and it'll be somebody older is going to help you really nurture your path forward. So I'm kind of seeing a career path here because the lady, so the dog is here. Dog plus lady, so it's a woman friend that's basically older and mature and can help you move forward with a lot of wisdom because the King of Swords. And then you could also marry this. So you can say, well, this luck is also, it's not so much luck because it's also based off her wisdom, right? And then the isolation come out of it is because she's going to help you move forward. So maybe it's your wife, maybe it's a girlfriend, maybe it's a boyfriend. This is gender neutral here because it could be male or female. I don't know. Anyway, that is an example of how I read Lenormand at a very high level. If you would like me to do some more tutorials, I could do that, because one thing I see people do too often than not is just go off the keywords and really try to step back and dive deeper into the card themselves. Try to use every image you see when you read for somebody. For example, this stability, I can't even speak, sorry, this stability, the lily, it's a 32. It's around learning how to communicate something. The 3, right? 30 is a 3. And it's that wisdom from the King of Swords right there. Mastered it, mastered the mind, perfect clarity in decisions. He doesn't have trouble making decisions because you see the birds right there. They're really far off in the distance and they're above the clouds. So he never gets confused. He's above it. And that's why he has that old ancient wisdom with the lily sitting right there. So that's how you read Lenormand, right? Just real quick off the cuff. So anyway, if you did enjoy that, let me know. And again, don't forget to head over to my Word of the Twist site.com. Sign up for the newsletter if you want to keep up to date with all the reviews I'm doing, my horoscopes, and different cool things I do within the tarot Lenormand Oracle world. I also use dice too. I'll show how that works. We'll throw some dice here. And we got a 12, right? So with this, 2 6s. Dang it, hit my finger there. You have a 12. And what this is saying is this whole new movement forward, path forward with help of a friend who's mostly a woman, right? Older lady, Lily, right? The hop you get forward is that she's going to bring you a lot of harmony. And how it's going to be done is through new potentials that are come, the 1 of the 12, 6 and 6 is 12. The decisions you're going to make are going to be very clear because she'll help you make them. And that gives you a 3. You're now going to be able to communicate what you want and be creative again in your process. 3 to drive this whole thing forward. Yes, I repeat it myself, but a lot of times I do that just to kind of reinforce the message when I read for somebody. Anyway, this was the New York Lenormand. And if I'd known the cards were not coated on the back, I would not have bought this deck. To be honest with you, even for $20, I'm disappointed because these ones, the Bluebird Lenormand, is around $15, and you see that how nice that is, right? They got the gloss on them on both sides, or a little coating. These just so this is the nice on top like this, but the bottom is just paper, and that drives me bananas because it's going to get dirty, and I hate that. Anyway, that's my review of this deck, and should you buy it? If you like it, but I don't think it's something I could use outside of my little studio because they're going to get filthy. I'm going to have to always use them on top of a cloth. I can't use them on a table, say at a coffee shop, anything like that. So this would not be a deck I travel with. It'd be used strictly on camera or in my home or for myself for my written readings as well. Anyway, that's all I got. And until next time, I want to see each of you in my videos coming soon, and have a great week. All right. Bye, everyone.